Hello and welcome to the final event of Quack's Marble Clash Season 1. There you can see the top 3 teams. They're still eligible to win the championship. The Red Rockets will need at least a medal here. The Ivy League will need similarly at least 4th, or actually no, they will also need a medal. And the King Crabs just need to outperform the others, and technically they don't even have to do that, but we'll see. And then those other 5 teams fighting to stand on the podium, though not on the top step. But today we have the marathon, truly the epitome of this season. There will be a circuit race here with 31 laps. It'll be a true endurance event, but of course the goal is to cross the finish line first, and we'll see after 31 laps who will be the first one. But it's just a circuit race, 16 marbles racing all at once, and that handsome marble will be watching over. We'll see what happens here, and you can see it's a winding course. There's that elevator that will take them back up at the end of each lap. And those fans are probably delighted to see this, what promises to be an intense finale. There you can see the track map. It's very winding. The Big Kahuna, as it's called here in Coral Cove. And there's the escalator in red. But in Sector 1, we open with that sharp hairpin that can really shuffle the marbles around. And then the bumps. And then that chicane can also mess the marbles up quite a bit. Then Sector 2 has several really tight turns. It's a very winding, weaving section. And that long, fast straightaway as well. And then Sector 3 has a few straights, as well as that slight bump in the track, which can really send the marbles awry. But we'll see. As you can see the starting grid now, Coconut of the King Crabs starting out front to try and win the championship, but Hedera and Payload are not far behind. But we'll see now. And we are off. The King Crabs immediately dive into the lead. The Loaves of Bread jump up into second place, and the Ivy League and Red Rockets already starting to slip a bit. And now here come the Stingrays. Made a great move to get into third, though it slips from them pretty quickly. And the Loaves of Bread will lead heading into lap 2. And there you can see the pylon. The teams that would finish on the overall podium as they stand will be highlighted there. But you can see the Snapping Turtles currently fighting, and they would take second place, and they try to go around, and they will take the lead. Shelby now, the Snapping Turtles, perfectly navigates that chicane and is already trying to stretch the lead pretty big. Meanwhile, Hedera of the Ivy League already falling down quickly, already into 11th place. Not a good sign if they want to win this title. But now the roll is catching back up quickly, as the Stingrays and King Crabs going back and forth for third place. That's a familiar rivalry going all the way back to the qualifiers even, but right now it's still Shelby dominating this lead as the King Crabs trying to close in, trying to get into second place. Not only do they want to win the title, but they want to win the gold. Right now they're in the bronze medal position though. And so now we look at it, Payload currently in 5th, in position to get 2nd overall, but needs to keep making those gains if they want to win the title. Right now, these top 2 starting to spread away a bit. You can see the camera here in the little loop at the bottom. And now it looks like Electric of the Stingrays has gotten by into 3rd place, and they have. And that means the Payload is going to be right on the doorstep of the King Crabs. This is not what the King Crabs want to see, but meanwhile, these top 2 are getting closer and closer. Now Payload has gotten around Coconut, we're seeing, and they're still not quite in position to win the title yet, so we can cut back there. Now they're trying to get around Electric, but this top 2 battle has really started to spread away quite a bit from the rest of the field. Meanwhile, Hedera is still down in 10th only. Now Payload has gotten around Electric and just needs to close in on these top 2, but that's going to take a monumental effort. Meanwhile, it looks like Capsicum of the Chili Peppers has come up into 7th place. Pretty impressive. Started almost dead last and now all the way up here. Meanwhile, Shelby perfectly navigates that hairpin at the bottom, and already trying to stretch the lead, run away with this gold. Meanwhile, Electric now hounding Payload. They want to get back into 3rd place to get that medal. Meanwhile, Roll is starting to close in a bit, and now they close in on the straightaway. Don't quite have the speed. Shelby put up a good block there, but now they try again at this crisscross move. Will put the Roll into the lead now. Now, meanwhile, it looks like the Red Rockets still holding strong in 3rd place, but need to keep making those gains. Right now, in position to get 3rd or get 2nd overall in the standings if they finish where they stand, but now they try to go around Shelby, and it does work. They go around the outside on that hard left-hander, and now would it be enough to win the title? No, they still need Coconut to fall farther down, or they need to get ahead of Roll, but right now Shelby isn't making it easy, trying to get that 2nd place spot back. Meanwhile, you can see Hedera on the higher level of the course trying to get around Oxide of the Purple Flames, and seems it didn't quite work, but Shelby gets back around into 2nd place. This is not what the Red Rockets want if they want to win the title here. Meanwhile, Coconut is already slipping quite a bit from this lead group. But now Soil is also coming into things, closing in on the lead battle, and several other marbles as Roll continues to dominate the lead. We've seen Shelby and Roll both lead several laps at a time, and now Payload trying to close in ever so slightly, getting into the draft of Shelby. Ooh, but that hard block there will really send them backwards. Meanwhile, we're already past the halfway mark of this race as Electric gets by into third place. And now they're trying to close in on second. They can't quite do it, though, and Soil will make an opportunistic move to get by. Payload is dropping positions by the instant, practically, as Capsicum's now on their doorstep as well. And they will get by around the outside. This is not good for the Red Rockets if they want to win the title. At this point, it's looking like it's Coconuts to lose. Meanwhile, Roll is currently leading, and Shelby is very close. They make a bit of contact there, and that subtle block will give Roll quite a bit of breathing room heading into the 20th lap. Meanwhile, it looks like the Hetero has fallen all the way back to 14th. It may already be too late for the Ivy League if they want to win the title, as Capsicum has risen all the way through the field, now up into 4th, trying to get around into 3rd, and Electric is not giving them an easy time of it. Roll continues to dominate this lead as they have for quite a bit of this race now. Shelby has also led quite a few laps, and now here they go through the hairpin. Shelby doesn't quite have the speed to get around, as Payload still within striking distance with 9 laps to go, but needs to get around Soil. And now these top 4 very close. The lead has come down quite a bit, and really everyone is, now they're all bunched up, and oh my goodness, Shelby falls several positions, goes into 4th, and now Capsicum gets around into 2nd, has gone all the way from 15th on the starting grid to 2nd place, though loses it here. And now Payload has gone back around Soil, oh, but loses it there, and they're fighting so hard to win the title here. But Shelby threads the needle, gets back into the lead, and now Roll is stuck with 2nd place. But does Payload have anything left in the tank with only so many laps to go? Needs to gain several positions if they want to win the title. Now Shelby, the Snapping Turtle's in position to get 3rd overall and beat the Ivy League. And now, the Roll gets back to the lead with a push from Capsicum. And now we're heading down to these final few laps. Lap 26, only 5 to go. But Roll and Shelby have been trading the lead back and forth this entire race. Capsicum wants a piece of that pie. And Shelby goes around through the hairpin at the bottom. Capsicum looks to make an opportunistic move, doesn't quite have the speed. And now the Snapping Turtle's back in position to finish on the overall podium. But they have to defend this position well. The standing's very tight at the moment, as Payload trying to close in on Soil, just doesn't quite have the speed, and Soil is putting up an excellent blocking game as Roll goes back around on the outside to take the lead. Meanwhile, they're starting to close in on the Positrons, who are in 16th, might even lap them, but now Electric trying to get into the lead. They haven't really come into the lead battle quite yet, but they've been up high this entire race, and there's Payload still trying to get around Soil, as Electric gets blocked once again, and now Shelby's going to close in. These top 3 very tight, and they're all right behind the Positrons. This could be an obstacle as we head into the penultimate lap. Payload still in 6th place, needs to make some gains right now as, Roll bumps into the Positrons, but doesn't get sent back too far, doesn't lose the lead. As we head to the final lap, Electric has the speed, tries to go around the outside, doesn't quite have it, and that means Roll. As they come through the final few sectors, the Electric doesn't have a challenge, and the Loaves of Bread will take the final gold of the season. And there comes Payload. Only 6th place means it won't be enough. But that means the King Crabs are champions of Quack's Marble Clash. The Red Rockets fought so hard over the course of this season. 5 medals, and what could have been a 6th here. What could have been. Of course, we'll never know. The Ivy League never really came into this. You can see so many pivotal moments as they grow through. That block there was really the beginning of the end for the Red Rockets and their hopes at a championship. And the lead battle was really tight. We only had 2 leaders for basically the entire race, and yet it was still a very intense one. Lots of lead changes like that big push from Capsicum. And right here where Shelby went around through the hairpin. But there you can see the results. Hedera and Anti-Neutron, technically not a lap down, but on the elevator. But there's that final podium of the season with Roll standing atop it. But now for the closing ceremony. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the future.